people really underestimate the value of developing strong retraction in a lever position. All right, I'm starting this workout with a little bit of scapular activation work, scapular stabilizer activation work. This is something that I was doing in my slap tear rehab, and just because I had this this shoulder injury a week and a half ago, I can just feel I need a little bit more of the work. These are the more advanced versions. When you start with shoulder rehab, like in the earlier phases, you won't be able to get your hand this high. But these kinds of exercises are really, really good to have in your toolbox when you need to pull them out, just like I'm having to now, just as a little reminder for my shoulder of what it needs to do. Woo! Woo! Alright, I'm back to my scapular push-up to lean, and sorry, I've just got to make sure my timer's on, because I'm pretty happy with my scapular push-ups from reviewing my videos. So yeah, time to move on. Let's see how I can go. I'm only going to do 3 reps today. I felt like I could have done several more, but I really want to dial in the technique. I want every set, I want maximum protraction. I want to get that good flexion in the spine, keeping my bum down. And I'll review my videos later when I'm editing the video and make sure that I'm doing that all right, because quality is what matters. Woo! Oh. All right. Let's it's really the leg exercises that are the challenge in this workout. That's what makes it much harder. I've just got to, I always just really quickly get to my app and start the timer of my rest period because I want to be accurate with my rest. And I'll just enter the weight that I'm going to be lifting in advance so that it's just quicker for me now for the rest of the workout. I do these mostly for the middle splits. They're a really good way to build and maintain middle splits flexibility because it's a good eccentric contraction of the adductors. It's also really good for ankle flexibility. And it's also lateral strength, you know, in the frontal plane or sagittal plane. I can never remember which one's which. You know, and that's important. It's important to train movements in the three different planes of motion, 3 dimensions, instead of always just in the one plane. All right, here we go. That move, that tuck lever, is so much harder with scapular retraction. Like every time I get to 25 seconds, I just retract harder and then I can only just do 15 seconds again. But the upper back development that I'm getting from that is off the charts. When I'm watching these videos and I see my back when I've got my singlet off, I've got so much more muscle mass in my upper back than I've ever had before. And I don't fit into my shirts properly anymore. Like, you know, this singlet used to be loose on me. My whole back completely fills it now. So, you know, it's working. It's building muscle. I think people really underestimate the value of developing strong retraction in a lever position. All right, let's do this. 3 good reps. Just 3 reps. Okay. I can feel it, that I'm already struggling to maintain that good flexion through the spine on the 3rd rep. So I felt it and I was able to go, oh, I'm extending a bit and then get a bit more flexion. But it's that awareness with these calisthenics moves that is something that I really didn't work on when I had my first run at calisthenics before I got these slap tests. I just was like, yep, I can do 8 reps, I'm going to the next progression. And I just had tickets on myself. I thought I was just gonna progress through all this stuff so much quicker. And I just didn't. And I got injured doing it, you know. So doing it this second time, I'm so much more aware of what the things you're meant to be able to do with a movement, and if I can't do it, I just stay on that move and I just keep doing it until I can get the movements right. And in the very least, if nothing else, I'm building a lot of muscle from it and a lot of strength, so it's good. See if you can spot when I do the retraction. When I get up and then retract. Oh. Man, that is like balls to the wall, max effort. But you know what? A few months ago, even just a few months ago, I couldn't do that. Like, when I tried to retract, I barely got any movement. And I had to work on a inverted tuck lever to really get the retraction going. And then lower down slowly. And now, finally, I can pull myself into a tuck lever and then, boom, retract. So it can happen. You've just got to really follow a process and be really strict with yourself. All right, here we go. Speaking of being strict with myself, this is a big one for me. Come on, you bastard. This is the move, or the next progression, where I did my first slap test, so that's why I'm being so strict. Tell you what though, that feels so much stronger than it ever has before. I can really feel the movement. I can feel my upper body working with it, so it's good. And I got a PB on my handstand this morning. Oh, you bastard. I got 38 seconds. First time ever on a freestanding handstand. Pretty cool. Those are the objective, markers of progress that I love. They don't come always so quickly. Sometimes the progress is literally just what you feel, like being able to feel that you can retract your scapula a bit, and then all of a sudden you can't do as long a hold. Like that happens all the time, where you're doing your scapular push-ups and then you realize you're not protracting nearly enough, or you're not flexing your spine, and then you start doing that and all of a sudden you can only do 3 reps again when you were doing sets of 7 before. But that's progress. Oh man, it's getting hard now. I can feel all those points of, technique that I'm focusing on are really waning now. The biggest thing I can feel, and of course I have to check my video later, but it feels like I'm piking a bit at the hips and not getting enough flexion in the spine, which is what happens when you start to failure, because it transfers more weight to your feet. So it's your body's way of, just holding itself up. But you know what? I'm still getting 3 reps done. That last round I only just got 15 seconds, so this is going to be max effort. Woo! I've got 16 seconds. Another good tip for the tuck lever. Your head is a decent weight, so don't lean forward like this. Let your head go back because it counterbalances you. A lot of people do tuck lever with their chin tucked in, and the head is a decent weight, It can really help to counterbalance you. So lay the head out so your spine's flat. Last round is always the hardest. Really got to work for it. I'm cooked. Bastard. Ah, I hate compression strength. Ah. Come on. Ah, man. Oh. So, if you've never done eccentric reps before, that's what I was just doing on the Nordics, the Nordic hamstring curls. And so an eccentric rep is where you only work the part of the contraction where the muscle's lengthening. So basically like going down or going with gravity, the easy part. Because you're about 50% stronger in an eccentric contraction than you are in a concentric contraction. So concentric would be coming back up. But you're working the exact same muscles, exact same strength. So when you can't do concentric reps, working eccentric reps until you build your strength up enough, that bridges the gap. So they're really good for calisthenics movements like the Nordic hamstring curl, like pull-ups, like handstand push-ups, pike push-ups, push-ups, squats, pistol squats, things like that. Shrimp squats, like things where it's really, really hard to do one rep. They're good. Ah. Oh, that's way too quick. Bloody hell. I gotta focus. Come on. Ah. 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 Oh man, they're hard. Never worked on Nordics before properly. I've always just done them, you know, for one phase and just accepted that I couldn't do full reps and just done eccentrics or done glute hamstring raises. But this year, I'm determined to get my first Nordic. Oh man, I'm so sweaty that my hands are soaked and I could barely grip. There. Oh, look at that. Ah. Come on. Ah. Come on. Ah. Ah. Man, I so badly did not want to do that set. And I was going to give some commentary as to how much I didn't want to do it before I did it, but I thought, man, I'm just going to talk myself out of it. You know, the talk in your head, it really affects training. And sometimes you've just got to work on mindfulness. If you don't know what that is, it's a good idea to start doing 10-minute daily meditations to learn about mindfulness. There's a really good app that I use called the Waking Up app. I have absolutely zero affiliation with it. Just passing on something that I found really, really useful because I could never meditate before that app. It's really, really good. Oh, all right, almost done. This is a superset for me. So I've gone straight from that hanging leg raise into this, and I've just upped the weights this week. I've got 20 kilo dumbbells in each hand now, so 44 pounds in each hand. Oh, that was good. Oh. Bigger exercises. I really have to pay attention to my lower back, and if I don't get any flexion in it at all. because I've got spondylolisthesis in L4 and L5. Oh. Last on the list for today's workout, I'm doing step-ups for knee stabilization. So basically to manage old knee injuries. I've got patellofemoral syndrome in my right knee. I've also had a meniscus tear, and it's just to keep that pain at bay, keep my knee operating well. Yeah? Sounds great. Okay. Sure. I'd love to do it. Yeah, we'll do it in a minute. I'm almost finished and then we'll go. It'll have to be soon, I think, buddy, because it's getting late.
Well, then when? Now. How about 4 p.m.?
Okay, buddy.
4 p.m.?
Well, it's later than 4 p.m.
Well, then what time?
In 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Oh, it's my son asking me out for a daddy sun date. Hey, if you've made it this far and you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps the growth. And like the video and share it with a friend if you think somebody would get use out of this. And I'm just doing...
Dad, Mum actually just said park and ice cream.
Okay. Oh, I'm just going to do one more set and I'm done. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.